This waifu is somehow generally considered to be the best girl of Re:Zero, despite multiple superior alternatives existing. Who is Rem? A new season, a new plethora of shows to
mindlessly absorb into your being as you fulfill the role of the consumer.
Except not really, because due to, circumstances, there's not quite as many airing at the moment. A good chunk of these shows were actually meant to air back during the spring season, but were delayed until now, and a ton of the originally planned anime for this summer season have been delayed to fall or beyond. So basically, the anime calendar is an absolute mess this year, and if that wasn't enough punishment for us, we're now also being forced to endure another season of Fire Force, otherwise known as the most boring shonen ever. Jesus Christ. It's basically a 101 on how to fall asleep. Oh god, I've become what I hated. Caleb, nobody's forcing you to watch this show. Stop being a pretentious douchebag. Shut up about matters you don't understand! You don't understand. They're forcing me. I'm trapped down here and they're forcing me to— But the real gem of the season is, of course, Re:Zero's return. Cue the comments saying, Re:Zero is overrated isekai trash, and let me just say, you're wrong! But seriously, god damn, this season is fucking solid! I'm also very satisfied with the turns the show has taken to basically just say, fuck you to all Rem lovers. Long live Amelia! Although I'm not quite sure where this sudden influx of Rem from Death Note lovers came from. I mean, she seems like an odd character to grow so attached to, but hey, now we get more maids and well-defined noses too. Although, Re:Zero is of course not the only series returning after a long fucking hiatus. Oregairu is finally back after making us wait 5 fucking years, and after those 5 goddamn years, they didn't even play the rest of the fucking sunset scene! They pulled an SAO and gave us a motherfucking time skip! I mean, sure, it's only a time skip of like, an hour or something, but still. Joking aside though, Oregairu is of course still as solid as ever, and is looking to have one hell of a final season. Speaking of final seasons, Food Wars is not only back for its last season, but seemingly preparing to bring the entire show down in a flaming dumpster fire. I remember when this final arc of the manga was coming out, the Food Wars fandom went fucking insane over how terrible it was, and now we get it animated. Yay? Yeah, last season was already boring enough, but then this season came in like, hey, let's keep being super fucking boring. They keep taking genuinely interesting concepts, like doing an off-the-books cooking contest to see who's worthy of Erina's love, but then they take out any potentially interesting elements and just present it in the most boring fucking way possible. I also feel like the fan service elements have never really lived up to those first few sequences in the initial season of the show, but I do think I'm starting to understand why exactly people hated this arc so much in the manga. I mean, Asahi is not only creepy as fuck to Erina, but apparently he beat Soma's dad in a cooking match, so pitting Soma against him basically ruins the entire buildup of the series, with Soma finally beating his dad, because with this, he'll just be beating the guy who beat his dad, so that entire subplot becomes completely meaningless. So we can now mark this as yet another instance where source material readers get to gloat that they knew exactly how it was going to go beforehand. Scientists have concluded that this behavior is a result of neuro-superior personality better than you osis disorder, and we can find this pattern within many popular anime communities, with manga or light novel readers jumping into discussions just to mention for the billionth time that they know what's coming! Hey man, have you been watching season 2 of Re:Zero? Yeah, not to brag, but I have already read through all of this in the light novels, so I already know everything coming in this arc. Dude, isn't Echnida, like, fucking amazing? Bro, I would drink her bodily fluids instantaneously. Oh, you like Echnida? Oh, dude, you haven't even seen the real her, dude. Oh, trust me, you don't even know anything real about her yet. I've read the light novels, so I know these things. I'm prepared for— Seriously, ingesting any bodily fluid of hers sounds like a win to me. I mean, what options are there anyway? Saliva, sweat, love nectar, blood, urine. I mean, 4 out of 5 of those are totally drinkable. It's a risk worth taking. Trust me, man, you didn't even— Wait, did you just say 4 out of 5? The other big case of neuro-superior personality better than euosis disorder this season is found in Rent-A-Girlfriend, a show that is actually really goddamn good so far, but is plagued by manga readers saying shit like, yeah, the story doesn't ever actually go anywhere, which I, of course, promptly ignore because I am loving this show and I really don't want to accept the reality that the show doesn't go anywhere. They're being cynical, right? They have to be. I refuse to believe it. But yeah, Rent-A-Girlfriend is solid as fuck, despite the name kind of sounding bad out of context. Except for in Japan, where this is an actual thing somehow. I have no clue how this service is able to continually run. It seems like the type of thing that would go horribly wrong, but then again, that's just from a dumbass American perspective, and I hear that in Japan everyone's just more trustworthy, but fuck, this show hits hard. The main character is just too real. Whether he resembles you or someone you know, his behavior as the show goes on just hurts a bit at times. But like, I kind of love that, because he's very clearly being set up for some sort of big character arc as the series goes on, and if there's one thing I love, it's uncomfortably realistic protagonists who are super pathetic but are able to grow and become better people. Hence why I love Subaru and ReZero so much. So if they can pull it off, Kazuya just might join the ranks of my favorite anime protagonists. Although seriously, this fucker makes Tower of Simp look tame. Like, this level of simpage is
over 9,000!
Don't question my use of dated and unfunny references.
Though this show has genuinely given me some strong-ass reactions.
不思議ちゃん系？でも私、地雷多い子ちょっと苦手だな。少し絡みづらいっていうか、痛いっていうか。
Oh, what the fuck? Fuck off!
Fuck mommy! All my homies hate mommy! Pure unfiltered rage aside, I do really enjoy that the series takes place at a college. We honestly need more college-based anime. And the other anime filling my desire for college settings this season is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which also happens to execute that comedy slice of lifestyle quite well. As my good friend Caleb first said, there are 2 massive reasons to watch the show. Those reasons being the enormous fucking amounts of wholesomeness present in the anime alongside, again, that very fresh college environment that we don't get to see very often in this landscape. Although the part where she directly calls me out and makes fun of me for my movie viewing experiences kinda made me go a little insane.
今日は一人で映画見る気だったんすか？
あ、そうだけど。
一人映画。でも先輩は一人で強く生きてるんすね。
慈愛に満ちた目でみんな。
映画おごれるポイント貯まるくらい一人映画してるんすね。さすがにちょっと引きましたわ。
I do, however, genuinely love how the roles in the show are reversed and the main character is the tsundere in the relationship as opposed to Uzaki-chan herself. Let's toss away the tsundere tag and focus on this season's amputation tag in Deca-Dence.
しっかりしろよ。Deca-Denceに戻るからな。
And while that transition may have been half-baked, I can assure you that Deca-Dence is fully baked. Alright, bad jokes aside, let me guide you through my initial viewing experience of Deca-Dence. Now, this series really didn't stand out to me at first, and I blame Hollywood as per fucking usual. The amount of dystopian movies that they have shit out has absolutely tampered with my potential enjoyment of dystopian settings in media, which lessens my chance of converting that potential enjoyment into kinetic enjoyment. But, like, seriously, Mortal Engines and City of Ember were all I was thinking of here, and then they throw in some Mean Girls?
同じことじゃん。でもその腕じゃ戦士になったところでお荷物だし、よかったんじゃない？
Because Mean Girls is obviously a dystopian film, clearly. Oh, and don't forget Pipe, the cutest little guy ever. He is a wholesome marshmallow floofy boy, and I love him. Aww. Oh, also these CGI creatures totally remind me of Pokemon Go, but holy shit, that final sequence literally blew my fucking mind. Seriously, my hype for the series could really not be any... Wait, what? No, this can't. It's really... What the fuck? fucking how? I can't spoil episode 2, but what I will say is that it completely changes the entire premise, but it's still just as good. But seriously, what the fuck? Literally, it melted my mind. Really, I really wish I could talk about it, but yeah, just seriously check it out. The absolute shift in concept that occurs is literally fucking bananas, and I'm loving it. Oh yeah, I guess No Gun's Life is also back for a second season, because I guess Madhouse is determined to only make the sequels that I don't want. No Gun's Life Season 2. It's the same mediocrity as the first season, with even more cool sci-fi shit that really can't make up for the lack of an interesting story.
まったく世話の焼けるやつらだ。
Anos Voldigoat from the Misfit of Demon King Academy takes Overpower to a whole new fucking level. Episode 1 starts with, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then shifts to a fucking wholesome family dinner scene featuring a mother that I would happily allow to ara the fuck out of me, and then shifts back to another series of what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? This show is not what I expected, and I really can't tell what the creators intended for the reaction to be, but I kind of fucking love it. Oh, still, what the fuck? Also, goddamn, these are some solid waifus. Now, speaking of waifus, let us all take a moment of silence for all the waifus lost in 2020's annual Waifu Wars. I mean, I'm glad Kaguya won, but fuck, mine was so goddamn close to greatness, so fucking close! And while we somewhat recently did have to endure a full month of the ultimate bracket warfare with 2020's Waifu Wars, we must now suffer through a whole new fucking bracket. It's Tournament Arc, the anime, God of High School. Goddamn. I honestly love this shit. The production value just feels way too good for me to be watching. Where is my trashy, low-budget little sister show, goddammit? Seriously though, the action is fucking phenomenal, and the OP is the best of the entire anime season in my honest opinion. There's lots of potential with this one. Although, that said, why is everyone's nose red? Like, what the fuck? Is this like a Rudolph spin-off? What really does intrigue me, though, is the prospect of any wish you want being granted if you win the tournament. It really— Caleb, what wish would you want granted if you were in the show? The answer to that is quite simple. Stop any more seasons of Sword Art Online from ever being released. Fuck! I think this is really my own fault for forcing myself to watch each new bunch of SAO episodes, despite them kinda making me wanna die about half the time. Although in my defense, Core 3 of Alicization was actually pretty solid. I had hope, but god damn, they just couldn't help themselves. They just had to shove another rape scene in. And this one was almost an exact copy of the last one too! The weirdest fucking part is that this wasn't even in the original light novel either. They added it exclusively for the anime. Like, fucking why? At least Klein got a badass entrance scene, and Kirito essentially being brain dead is still a massive improvement for the show, but fuck! The classic SAO problems are all popping back up again. I don't like it! Worst of all, this core has officially made me start disliking Sinon as a character. Can I even call her a character anymore? I swear she used to have a character. Where did that go? How did all of her character vanish? She is an empty husk now. Fuck this! And may I just ask, why does this fucking potato still have a full fucking harem? And why the fuck is Asuna okay with this bitch kissing her fucking fiance in a blatantly romantic way? Ah! And why does the show insist on still trying to bring Laughing Coffin into every fucking plotline, despite it always being underwhelming due to the fact that the show never actually did very much with Laughing Coffin while they were actually in SAO? Like, pretty much all the important stuff that's happened with Laughing Coffin was executed through retcons. It's just really fucking dumb. Alicization still seems to consistently struggle with being mind-numbingly boring. Like, God, it's just so fucking boring. Although that one moment with Alice actually kind of made me tear up, but like, fuck, with how slow this shit is moving, it's making me really want to fucking die. But believe it or not, Sword Art Online is not the biggest draw for me when it comes to the summer 2020 anime season. Wild, I know. When it comes to summer anime, there's one thing to unite all of us degenerates together. The glorious, unwavering beauty of ecchi. What if your level of horniness was directly proportional to the power level of your superhuman ability? Hxeros See, they were so focused on making a sex pun with H and arrow in the same name that they didn't really think about the pronunciation here. But yeah, this show's one of those ecchi shows that just would be an actually interesting concept for a hentai, but kinda just fails as an anime. I'm also still wondering why the 6-year-old is so fucking perverted in the flashbacks. Like, what the fuck? Although, hey, look at that male ass. Love that shit. Equality! Now, while Super Hxeros might have a pretty uninteresting plot for an ecchi, Peter Grill in the Philosopher's Time honestly has quite a competent base premise, all things considered. Peter Grill here has just been crowned the strongest warrior in the world, and is getting ready to marry his fiancée, who is so sheltered by the church that she's still under the impression that babies are delivered by storks. So as Peter tries to move forward with marriage plans with his fiancée, he also begins to realize that he has a new problem to worry about. Many girls of many species across the globe now seek his, shall we say, genes to produce some damn fine babies. It's actually set up in a very clever way, as it allows him to get cock-blocked without it seeming unnatural. Wait, holy shit, did he just... Oh, scrap all of that! He fucks! That's right, he... fucks! And since apparently everyone in the country, and I quote, wants his semen, I assume that he's gonna keep fucking for quite some time. Goddamn fucking Chad son of a bitch right here. Issei could never. Although I do really hate these rays of light that just completely break the laws of physics. Like, I need the Blu-ray for the show ASAP. But the real, ultimate degenerate show this season comes to us in the form of Monster Girl Doctor, which... holy shit! The first episode literally opens with the doctor fucking groping his patient's tits before proceeding to immediately diagnose her with the lethal illness known as pregnancy. Bitch, I need to change careers. I gotta be a fucking doctor if that's what it's like. God damn. But before it fully turned me off, thinking it's just basic ecchi trash, fucking cat girl! Oh my lord! Cat girl! I mean, it's still just ecchi trash, but with a cat girl on screen for about a minute and a half, but still! Although, really, why the fuck does he take so long checking for the heartbeat on this girl's tits? Oh, fuck! Oh yeah, and the doctor also finds her G-spot while cleaning her hooves. I tried that out myself a few years ago. It did not work too well. Oh, and this anime also totally just said fuck it and replaced tentacle mouth infiltration with snake mouth infiltration, because now it sounds better. But the real highlight of the show comes with fingering gills. Yeah, this show might be ecchi trash, but so am I! Overall, this season isn't exactly top tier. There are definitely some strong highlights to keep an eye on, but as a whole, this is certainly not an especially amazing season of anime, especially given the fewer amount of shows airing, but honestly, it's just nice to be able to watch all this new content during these pretty frightening times. And I think that's something that many of us can agree on. Anime is a perfect coping method to deal with all of this stress, and I think this season is able to accomplish that task for us quite well. Knock knock. Who's there? Ram.
レムって誰のこと？